What do you think your biggest fear is?
My biggest fear is going to bed and not waking up the next day.
Michael, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm all right, just hanging in there,
Yes.
just doing what I have to do every day.
I do know. Tell me what you are dealing with, if you can, with regard to your health.
I have pulmonary hypertension, group 3, with also PAH, with congestive heart failure, with preserved exogenous infection, if I say that right.
I don't even know what that means, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
would know,
yeah,
you
yeah. I
know?
don't either. I have like 4 times the swelling that a normal person does. And with that comes with extreme food sensitivity.
That's
So
interesting. Now, when you
yeah,
say swelling, do you mean your heart is enlarged? Or do you mean,
like my
I see,
legs,
water
oh, yeah,
retention.
yeah, 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 my stomach. I've been lucky enough not to have water around my heart yet.
Mm.
And I also too, I've done this for 5 years without any pH med at all.
Wow. And why are you not using pH meds?
Because they keep on telling me with all this swelling, they can't do it unless the swelling gets down enough. I'm supposed to go on the PICC line, but if they do it right now, it would just make it worse. Right after high school, I started like going to college and figure out what I was going to do with my life. And then like when I got to like 22, like 23, I started to have all these sleeping issues. All of a sudden, I would be hanging out with people and then I would just fall asleep within mid conversation. I would like pass out, like literally in mid conversation, like every day.
Maybe they were just really boring.
And then later on, when I started getting out on my own, the doctor's like, "Hey, you're too big. You need to make change." At this time, I didn't know anything. I didn't know I had it. At that time was like 464 pounds.
Wow.
And within 5 years, I got my weight down to 290. I lost about 180, 190 pounds. And then after that, my water pillow stopped working. And then I just started gaining weight like crazy.
Wow.
The hard part is getting the right doctor because all these normal doctors don't have the slightest clue in the world. Then you have to re-explain yourself like 5,000 times to like a normal nurse.
Right.
When I first found out that I had it, I was hanging out with my friends and we were watching football. And then your commercial came on and advertising about your condition. And I was just standing there and then all my friends were like, oh, this is so sad. I'm like, and then in my head, I'm like, oh,
exactly. I wonder what commercial that was. My goodness, it was well, whatever it was, good. But
yeah,
because you found it, so you were obviously not alone dealing with what you were dealing with.
Yeah. And these days with me have been a lot different. I can't do what I used to. I get wiped out very easily with the latest things. I have to take like multiple breaks to clean my house.
Exactly.
Or if I go to the grocery store, I do that, and then after that, I'm done for the day.
I get it.
All the progress I've made and everything I've done, it just I just want to show people, yes, we're sick, but we can still live and we can still do what we want to do, but we have to do it in a way that's not like a normal person can, basically.
It's the thing that I love the most that somebody once told me, which everybody now says, but I love so much, is to do what you can with what you have,
Yeah, with us, PAs, we have no idea how long we have. We don't know if tomorrow things going to go the crap or next week or 2 years from now or 5 years from now. Because with PAs, it's so complex and so anything could take it could take over like any second. Like life is too short.
That's right. It's a lot of perspective comes back. It's like I always tell people, but we're all, which we all know, we're all in the same boat. Yes, we have this little demon over our shoulder, but also nobody knows what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Emotionally, psychologically, how does this make you feel?
When I first found out about it, like I was so upset for a while. Then I was going through all these emotions, I would just get like really emotional, like out of like nothing.
Yeah.
And the people that I have in my life, that's what kept me going and got me through it. What really mostly helped was getting into a PH support group.
I see. That helped you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If people are watching now, where can they actually go physically to find a group? Is it on Facebook?
I found mine through Facebook, but
Okay.
the best way to do it is the Pulmonary Hypertension website.
Pulmonary Hypertension
Because,
Association. Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
association, because they're specifically designed to help with
Exactly.
everything. With most people don't understand what we have to deal with every day. It's not easy.
Right.
I watched you over these years with oxygen tank and trying to sing and trying to do your thing, and you inspired a lot of people with it. And that's what all this is, to inspire people and give us and give people who are sick more or more hope.
To feel hopeless is just so awful. It's so awful.
To
be told you're gonna die, you're gonna get worse. I was told I was gonna drop dead 7 years ago, and then when I didn't drop dead and I actually got better, everybody sort of thought, well, what does this mean? And then I went on a kind of a spree of trying to share everything that I did, because I saw that you could actually help your body using these 5 key principles that I talk about.
What was your whole experience when you're on the treadmill? Did you feel that something was going to happen, or was it just?
So for context, for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, so I basically ended up on my treadmill, as I usually do, because I was doing my walk, and everything was normal. And suddenly my heart just shot up to 175. And it just was like just out of the blue. I had no warning, nothing was different. And then I just felt it and thought, oh, okay, this is probably going to just go down and become normal. And I'll just give it a minute, or 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour went by, and I was starting to become a bit nauseous. And an hour and a half, and so we'd called my doctor, and he said, this is bad, like 100, that's not good. Your heart is not going to be able to take that much longer. Go to the ER. And I actually resisted, because I had this fear. I thought to myself, truthfully, Michael, I was like, if I go to the ER, it's going to lead to a lung transplant. I had this whole, because I thought, I'm going to go to the ER, something's going to happen, it's going to go wrong. Now, little did I know lung transplant was going to save my life. But again, I was so scared of a transplant, so I thought, well, maybe I don't have to go to the ER for this. I finally, after several hours, we called an ambulance. An ambulance came over. They tried to do everything they could at home. They tried to have me kind of push. You have to sort of bear down, and nothing would stop my heart from going at 170. Ended up in the ER. And then I went into cardiac arrest when they actually gave me beta blockers to try to but they stopped the beating, it went down with the beta blockers. And I just remember sitting there with all these doctors there, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm healed, hooray, all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. And I mean, I literally couldn't breathe. And it was as if you're underwater, or somebody's holding your nose and your mouth shut at the same time. And I was hyperventilating, and then I turned blue, and then I started kind of going into some sort of epileptic thing. And that was when they intubated. And anyway, it became the whole story of how I led to transplant. But to answer your question, that was a very long answer, but basically it went from normal to 175 BPMs. That's what's scary, is that I didn't know that could happen. What do you think your biggest fear is?
My biggest fear is going to bed and not waking up the next day.
Do you think about that a lot, or does that live in the back of your head somewhere?
I think about that at times, but just other than that, I just wake up every day and just enjoy what I can.
You do.
That's all. That's all I can do.
Do you feel any anger because of your condition, or do you feel that there's
somewhat, but the best thing is, don't let it control you. You control it.
Right.
Even though it's hard when you're sick, but you just got to keep pushing forward every day.
Right. Well, it sounds like you have a lot of gratitude for being alive, which is great.
Oh yeah, I do. Just after finding out being sick, it opens your eyes so much.
No kidding.
Life, it switches you to think totally differently that you didn't think you would, because you're like, oh, this won't happen to me. And then the next thing you know,
yeah, I know. And you can't believe it. And
Yeah,
have you
yeah.
discovered that you are a certain way that you didn't think you were? I mean, until these things happen in our lives, we sometimes don't quite know who we are. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What I have discovered is at first, I never thought I would be able to lose all this weight in the first place.
Okay.
Because I'm one of those people that love food.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Italian
Me too. I
foods,
love food.
Chinese
Yeah, me
food,
too.
burgers,
Mhm.
chips,
Yeah.
like all that. Changing your food habits is one of the hardest things you ever do in your life. Because everybody loves food.
Yeah.
But to be able to do this and be able to keep on doing this, anything I put my mind to,
You can do. Yeah.
I
So
can do.
willpower too, and strength.
Yeah, straight up willpower.
Yeah, willpower. What advice can you offer somebody who's going through something similar?
What I can say is get yourself in the right friendship group. Keep a positive attitude and don't let it break you. Just be
Yes.
happy. Even though some days are harder than others.
Yes.
Others just keep on pushing forward.